Smart air purifier? Let's check this thing out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out this. This is the DREO Macro Max S Smart Air Purifier, and it's pretty sweet. First off, it comes with a matching app, so I'm going to go ahead and actually put this down to sleep mode so that background noise gets just a little quieter. You can see on the display it showed that change. But let me tell you a little bit about it, and then I'll give you more of a demo. So this is an H13 hospital grade Hepa filter that can remove, let me get this right, 99.985% of allergens, dander, VOCs, which are volatile organic compounds, pollen, even bacteria. So it does an amazing job of clearing your air. It also has a PM 2.5 monitor, and I know you're saying, a what? And PM 2.5 is a particle monitoring under 2.5 microns. So it's analyzing the air. One of the big things this does is it has some smarts in it that let it analyze and figure out your air quality, and it shows you on here. It'll give you a different color or something if your air quality gets lower. I have really good quality air here because I have a bunch of these running from different companies. So my parts per million is always really, really low. So it has automatic modes, including a sleep setting, which, as you can hear, there's barely any sound, and that's only because I'm just about 6 inches away from the unit. If I was on the other side of the bed from this, I wouldn't even know it was running, but it is running. Now, it does actually have much higher modes, and in fact, I'll just go from that. Let's go and I'll turn it back on, and we'll put it on turbo, which is the maximum possible speed. And now there's a lot more air coming out, but what's cool is that this actually, when you measure air purifiers, it's amount of air exchanged for a given surface space or a given room size. So this, if you have a 423 square foot room, which if you think about it, that's an enormous size room. If you have that, it can exchange all the air in that room, which means run it through the filtration system just barely under 5 times per hour, which means that if you have that and you have this near your kitchen and you start cooking, well, all of those smells, all of that smoke, that's particulate matter in your air, and this will immediately start cleaning that up, and it'll clean and clear your air, which is pretty darn good. From a health perspective, you really want clean air, and especially if you have asthma, especially if you have babies, especially if you're getting over something like COVID or something like that, then cleaner air makes your lungs do less work, and that's a great thing. Now, dimensions wise, it's 21 inches tall by 11 by 11 on the top there, and it's 11.6 pounds, so it's a little awkward picking it up the way I did. But let me go ahead, and so it has the app. So let me actually start by showing you the app. That's probably a good move. So here's the app, and you can see that I have these various settings, so I can go put it on automatic, for example. And if you watch the display, you'll see things will change fairly quickly. But there's other stuff I can do. I can turn off the lights if I want to. I can change panel sounds. I can put on a child lock. That's always beneficial if you have little hands experimenting. And I can set up a timer. So maybe I want it just to run for a couple of hours, or maybe run while I sleep, but then automatically turn off. I'm not sure why you'd do that, but you could do that. I generally just leave these things running 24/7, which works better. And then you get a nice readout of how my air quality is. And you can see I just have ridiculously clean air, like probably the best this app has ever recorded. But I like it that way. And I will tell you that there are no breathing issues in my house, even though we have pets, even though we are cooks. That just cleans all the air filters, especially this one, just does a great job of cleaning our air. And that is so important. So let's see, what else can I show you here? I guess they have other apps, and so it is also connected. Let me actually stop that recording. And it's also connected to my Alexa. So in my case, I actually use a different name for the Alexa, but watch this. You ready? Or listen to this. Computer, set air purifier to turbo. And it's changed. So it takes a couple of seconds to process through the system. And imagine instead of that, I would have said Alexa set. But in fact, there's a whole language of different settings. I'm going to put that back into auto. But there's a whole language, and here's some shortcuts for you to see some of the things you can do. It's really pretty darn fun. And other than that, you know, that's really the prime benefits and the prime demo here is that it is compatible with Alexa and Google Home. It has a very well done app that you can control from far away. If your kids are texting you saying, hey, Dad or Mom, we're busy making dinner for you, you can just say, okay, let's turn on that air purifier to maximum just because. And then you walk in and instead of smelling smoke, you hopefully actually smell very little, and you walk in the kitchen, you're like, wow, you cooked, the house didn't burn down. So there's a fun use case for you. But that's really everything. I think one of the few criticisms or maybe features they could add down the road in the app is to add schedules, so you can have it automatically go into sleep mode at like 10 p.m. and automatically go back to auto mode at 7 a.m. or something. But you could actually accomplish that through Alexa or Google Home by doing some programming in that environment and just say at 10 p.m. set air purifier to sleep, and at 7 a.m. set air purifier to auto and do that schedule. Now, you should be able to do that in the app. It's a relatively easy addition, but other than that, this is really one of the best air purifiers that I've seen in a long time. And let me show you, because obviously it's all about the filter. So let's open this up and I'll show you. The filter is pretty industrial. This is a pretty big filter, and it is obviously what's doing all the heavy lifting because all the air is going through the various stages of the filter. And these filters run about $50 each, and you're going to want to replace one. They say every 6 months. I would say that it's a function of how clean or dirty your air is. If you're in an environment where there's a lot of dirt, then you got a problem. And looking from the top, there's also a control panel, and you can see that it has power, it has the schedule, it has various different features that you can use so that you don't need the app and you don't need your smart system of any sort. You can just use the device itself. And there's that display on the front, but really it's pretty self-contained, and for most people, they're going to plug it in, set it to whatever they prefer, and then forget about it, and it's just going to do its job. So it's exactly what you want out of a smart air purifier, because you want it to do the work. So that's really everything except for the price. But before we get to the price, I'm going to ask if you could subscribe to my channel and go ahead and turn on notifications too. Click on subscribe, click on the bell icon, and we're fully connected. Great. And if this was beneficial and actually helped you out, then I definitely would appreciate a like. Cool. Appreciate all your interaction and appreciate you watching this. Cool. This is the DREO Macro Max S Smart Air Purifier, and it is $219.99 at Amazon.com. I have a link in the description, or you can just search yourself, or you can learn more about the other DREO products. We have a bunch of stuff from this company. I think they make really good products that work really well and have really good finish and fit and are a great addition to our home. That's everything. I'm gonna let this one go. Let's go back to turbo, which means I'm gonna have to catch you with clean air in my next video.